Good evening, everyone. You're watching Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali, and I'll be taking you to top news across Canada.
7 people charged with attempted murder in stabbing outside Brampton School. Toronto is bracing for the arrival of another winter storm. Here is when the snowfall fall. Student in serious condition after assault at Georgetown High School. Fourth person arrested in Niagara region kidnapping shooting incident. Conservative Party admits errors in failing to give notice of Patrick Brown fundraiser. Baggage found in Toronto Street tracked to owner with help of Air Canada flight attendant delivery driver. Peel police seek man who allegedly committed numerous violent acts.
Those were the headlines, and now let's look into the details.
7 people, including 6 youths, have been charged with attempted murder following a stabbing outside a Brampton school earlier this week. It happened at Sandalwood Heights Secondary School near Sandalwood Parkway and Torbram Road at around 11:15 a.m. on Monday. Police say that a 17-year-old victim was found at the scene with an apparent stab wound. He was initially transported to hospital in life-threatening condition but was later upgraded to serious condition. Investigators have since made a number of arrests in connection with the incident and seized 2 replica firearms following the execution of search warrants. Police say that 18-year-old Mudassar Mosmer of Brampton and 6 youths are all charged with attempted murder. One of the youths is also charged with pointing a firearm uttering death threats. The stabbing is just the latest violent incident to occur at a GTA school in recent months. Just 2 weeks ago, on February 16, a grade 10 student was rushed to hospital with critical injuries following a shooting outside Western Collegiate Institute over the lunch hour. Meanwhile, back in October, 2 people were shot in the front of Woburn Collegiate Institute in Scarborough just after students were dismissed for the day. One of them, 18-year-old Jefferson Peter Charlie Guerrero, was later pronounced dead. Police continue to investigate the stabbing outside Sandalwood Heights Secondary School and are appealing to possible witnesses to come forward. A delivery driver spotted 2 pieces of luggage sitting in the middle of the street in downtown Toronto with Air Canada baggage tags fastened to their handles on the weekend. Instead of ignoring the lost luggage, he loaded them onto his truck, marking the first moment in the chain of altruistic efforts to reunite a stranger with her belongings. The driver was heading down Portland Street, approaching Queen Street West, when he spotted the bags on Saturday around 6 a.m. and ultimately decided to drop them off at police station, according to his friend Nadine Araxi. Their dedication to the cause didn't end there. Araxi said she posted about the bags in the Facebook group of Leslieville residents. The post caught the eye of Miriam Swords, who works for Air Canada as a flight attendant. The Leslieville resident reached out to Araxi to try and help track down the owner of the missing bags. Once Araxi sent a picture of the baggage tags to Swords, she input the 10 digits printed on the label into her employee app. It helps to retrace the steps of lost luggage, Swords explained to CTV News Toronto. From there, she said she found the passenger's name and travel information, revealing they had taken a flight from Saskatchewan to Toronto on Saturday. Raxi and Swartz found a woman with the same name as the passenger who had played on a Saskatchewan sports team. It was a shot in the dark, but Swartz sent the team an email describing the series of the events. They said, "Yes, you found the right girl," she recalled. Meanwhile, Kristen Hood, the owner of the luggage, said she was spending her first day in Toronto in shock after packing all of her belongings into 2 hard-shell bags and moving to the city. The next morning, she said her brother broke the news about the bags. "I was shocked and stunned in the moment," she said, literally had nothing. Just 8 hours later, her upset subsided when she received a call from Air Canada reporting her luggage was waiting for her at a Toronto police station. It's unclear who drew the final connection between Hood and her belongings, but since then, she's been wondering who the Good Samaritan is. Never having spoken to the delivery driver, Leslieville resident, or Air Canada flight attendant, who were determined to reunite her with her bags. Often we feel like we are so busy and we don't take a moment to help another human being, but when we work together, sometimes things work out, Raxi said. Peel police are looking for a 27-year-old man who allegedly committed numerous violent acts on a person he was in an intimate partner relationship with. The alleged incidents happened between January and February 2023. Muhammad Farnawani, is wanted for 6 counts of assault, 2 counts each of attempt murder and sexual assault, and 1 count each of strangulation and aggravated assault. Police said the victim suffered significant injuries and attended a local hospital for medical treatment. Anyone with information is asked to contact investigators at the Intimate Partner Violence Unit at 905-453-212 and extension 4990, or Crime Stoppers anonymously at 1-800-222-8477. The Conservative Party of Canada says it made a mistake in failing to give notice of a fundraiser held by disqualified leadership contestant Patrick Brown. Spokeswoman Sarah Fisher says the party did not post details of the $1,700 per ticket event Brown held last week on its website, which is required by Elections Canada. Brown, who is currently Mayor of Brampton, Ontario, held a fundraiser to help pay down the campaign debt he accumulated during last year's leadership bid. The party ousted him from the race over allegations he broke the rules and possibly the Canada Elections Act. Brown denies any wrongdoing. Elections Canada rules for fundraisers hosted by leadership contestants, political parties, and affiliated entities require the party to post details of a coming event on its website and notify the agency. Fisher says the party mistakenly did not post the event on its website, has since informed Elections Canada and is working to address this matter. Toronto is bracing for the arrival of yet another winter storm, this one coming just in time for the weekend. Environment Canada initially issued a winter storm watch for a wide swath of southern Ontario, including the GTA, ahead of the arrival of a Texas low that it says will bring heavy snow and strong easterly winds to the region. However, the advisory was upgraded to a winter storm warning on Thursday afternoon. The weather agency says that snow will begin falling Friday evening and continue into early Saturday morning, with possible snowfall rates up to 4 centimeters per hour. By the time the system passes, Environment Canada expects 15 to 20 centimeters of snowfall accumulation in Toronto, though it says that there is still some uncertainty about where the heaviest snow will occur. The GTA got hit with a mix of snow and freezing rain on Monday, resulting in hazardous evening commute, followed by some school bus cancellations the following morning. The system came just days after another winter storm on February 22nd, which saw approximately 15 centimeters of snowfall on the GTA. CP24 meteorologist Bill Coulter says that the latest system could make for a really messy commute on Friday evening, but should taper off by Saturday morning. He said right now it looks like the temperature should be around the freezing mark as the system arrives, creating some uncertainty when it comes to just how much snow will accumulate. A daytime high of 3 Celsius is expected through the day on Saturday, with a high of the 4 Celsius forecast for Sunday. An 18-year-old man from St. Catharines is facing a dozen charges in connection with the kidnapping and targeted shootings that set off a manhunt in Niagara region. The incident happened Tuesday afternoon near Concession Road 6 and Walland Port Road in the township of Waynfleet. Niagara Regional Police Service said informed officers responded to a report of a disturbance at 5:19 p.m. that day. According to police, 4 suspects armed with guns and knives took a male youth against his will to a rural residence earlier that day. Investigators said the victim was then driven to the second address, which was the location of the disturbance call. There, they said the 4 suspects then attempted to take a second male youth against his will. At least 1 shot was fired during the incident, but no injuries were reported. During the altercation, police said the suspect vehicle became stuck in a ditch, stranding the 4 suspects in the largely rural area. Local residents were asked to shelter in place while police searched for the suspects. An unidentified 20-year-old man from St. Catharines and 2 16-year-old boys, one from Pelham and one from Niagara Falls, were arrested a short time later. They had each been charged with kidnapping, use of firearm during the commission of an offense, attempt to commit an indictable offense, kidnapping, and use of firearm while attempting to commit an offense. The 4th suspect, who is only identified as an 18-year-old man from St. Catharines, were arrested without incident on Thursday at around 3:30 p.m. He has been held in custody pending a video bail hearing on March 3rd.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.